It's you! Oh, you and all of us! And today, you all can be part of one of our episodes as we create, drumroll please, Generation Nature Live! Oh, but first, I need to see what you guys know about nature. So let's see how you do with sounds and silhouettes. Now the rules are simple. You're going to see 4 animal silhouettes on the screen behind you, and then hear a sound associated with one of those 4 animals. It's up to you guys to guess which animal makes that sound. Alright? So for the first one, looking at this half of the audience, you're going to be an awesome prize, one of our Generation Nature t-shirts. So, if you know which of the following animals makes this sound, put your hand up. Go put it down, guys.
Anteater.
What's your name?
Say.
Where are you from?
Georgia.
Georgia. Cool. What animal makes that sound?
Tiger.
Tiger. Is he correct? Yeah! Did you guys know that a tiger's roar can be heard from up to 2 miles away? That's crazy, right? Alright, on this side of the house for the next one. Of these 4 animals, which makes the following sound?
That one. It's a
What's your name?
Logan.
Where's it from, Logan?
Tampa.
Tampa, cool. So which animal makes that sound?
Penguin.
A penguin. Logan thinks it's a penguin. Is he correct? Yeah! Good job, Logan. So, you guys know that a penguin's call is distinct to the penguin? That's how the parents can tell where the babies are. They all look the same. They all have their own time. Alright, we have one more on this side of the house. So which of these 4 animals makes this sound? What's your name?
Tanner. Tanner.
Tanner. And where are you from?
Clearwater.
Clearwater. Alright, which animal makes that sound?
Otter.
Otter.
Otter. Let's see if he's correct. Otter! Yeah! So the otter, they communicate in their small family groups. So when one starts talking, they all start talking. It's like my band. Great job, guys. Here's one big round of applause. Oh, do you hear that? That means the show's about to start. And you know, I'd say you guys did pretty well with my sights and silhouettes animal games. So, are you ready to take today's Generation Nature Live episode? Make some noise! That is? Come on, let's take the show here. On a scale of 1 to 10, I need an 11. So are you ready to go live? You guys, you are in the weather zone when the camera rolls. Right there, right here. You are weather zonies. Are you ready to go live? All right, crew, I think we're ready. Okay, so when I point to you guys, I want you to shout out 3 words all together for the camera. Generation. Nature. Live. And then cheer like crazy. Got it? Yeah? Alright. Cue countdown. 3, 2, 1. Generation
On GenerationNature.com, a cool online destination and show dedicated to us, the next generation of real game changers. Witness inspired animal stories, play interactive games, plus discover real actions you and I can do. You can be a game changer.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please help me welcome to the stage, Bindi and Irwin!
project, encouraging the next generation to get involved and make a difference for wildlife and wild places. You can check out GenerationNature.com to get all of the information. I come through each and every month with a new webisode, encouraging kids to get involved and be challenged to make a difference in their own backyard. Whether it's having a clean up the beach day with their friends and family or creating a beautiful backyard habitat, there's so much that we can all do to make a difference. Yeah.
Speaking of the webisodes, you guys are now going to be part of this one, and you webisodies are going to be in the video!
Absolutely, and the best part about that is that you guys are encouraging the next generation to make a difference and inspiring people around the world. You know, for me, I have always loved wildlife and wild places, and I want to spread my conservation to as many people as possible. One of the biggest issues facing our world today is the trash that you find on our planet. You know, there is so much trash that can be found in the ocean, in local parks, even in people's own backyards, and a lot of animals are suffering from this issue. Have a look at the map behind me to see just where sea turtles are found. All over the place, hey? So every single one of us can make a difference, because sea turtles are especially being affected by the marine rubbish that we find in the ocean. They can be swimming along and get all tangled up, and it's really not good for them. So it's up to us to start making a difference, and one of the best ways to do that is just to clean our world. Have a look at my necklace here. This is a sea turtle, and it's made out of all recycled materials. It reminds me about our sea creatures on our planet and how important it is to protect them.
Now, there are other animals affected by this issue, right?
Yeah.
Well, then let's play a little guessing game with these guys, huh?
Absolutely, that's a great idea.
Let's see who can figure out which animals, like the sea turtles, are affected by our trash, huh? Help us out, Bindi.
Fantastic. All right, g'day guys. How are you doing? So good to see you. Okay, so we're going to play a game here. I'm going to think of an animal and then give you guys some sneaky clues to see if you can guess the animal. If you think you have the answer, put up your hand and shout out really loud, and Rico will come and ask you. Let's see how we go. Okay, the animal that I'm thinking of lives on the ground, has a forked tongue, and no legs. Can you guys think of it? Anyone?
Snake?
Yes, you got it! The snake! Well done! Alright, Rico, these guys are too good. Let's bring it over here. And ask all these beautiful people. How are you guys? Okay, same game. I'm going to think of an animal, and I want to see if you guys can guess it. Here we go. This animal kind of looks like a blob, covered in spikes. It has a really long nose, a super long tongue, and the key is, it lives in Australia. Can anyone guess? Anybody? Oh, we have one of them. Oh, can you reach? Pufferfish? A pufferfish. That was a really good guess. This animal lives on the land though, and has a super long tongue. Can you guess? Anteater. An anteater. That was really close as well. And I wish we had anteaters in Australia. But we don't. Let's see if we have someone else who might have an answer. Do you know? Echidna. Yes, you got it! It's the echidna! Well done! Now, for a lot of us, we might not know what an echidna is. These guys are beautiful animals. They're monotremes, which means that they're egg-laying mammals. And there's only two kinds of monotremes in the whole wide world. One is the echidna, and the second one is the platypus. So they're super cute. Oh, even more. Oh my goodness, hello! This is Anthony and one of our beautiful echidnas. It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you. This is Darwin, your old friend.
Darwin, good to meet you again. So guys, have a look at Darwin here, and you can see that he's covered in these beautiful spikes. Anthony, what do these spikes do? Do they serve a purpose?
They do, a very important purpose, especially for the echidna. This is their built-in armor. So let's say you're a hungry dingo and it's midnight and you're kind of hungry. Would you find this very appetizing?
Not really.
You're right. I love your analogy. You say it's like biting onto a... Exactly. So this, what they do is they kind of bury themselves down in the ground, and this is the part of their body that's sticking up. So this, again, is not very appetizing. So if something were to bite this, it's just going to be a mouthful of holes. So that really protects these guys out there.
Absolutely, and I think echidnas are beautiful animals, but I especially love
adorable, and they also have an adorable name. You know what a baby echidna is called?
A baby echidna. Oh, I think I've got this. Okay. A baby echidna is called a puggle.
That's right. So the puggle, it's very interesting. When they first come out, the babies don't have any spines. And something really appreciates that. What would appreciate the baby not being born with any spines?
Probably the echidna's mother.
Exactly. So you don't want an echidna underneath here trying to get milk full of spines. So as the baby develops, the spines will start coming out, and then this is what they look like when they're adults.
They are so gorgeous. Rika, would you like to come and meet Darwin here? How does it feel of Darwin? Feel those beautiful spikes.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that phenomenal?
Yeah.
But you know, echidnas are having a hard time in Australia. Think about this. As an echidna, these guys look for their food on the ground because they eat things like ants and termites. Now, imagine an echidna looking for food and then getting its nose stuck in trash on the ground. Rusty bottles, empty cans can be a big threat for these little guys. So, even if you don't live in Australia, it's important to clean up our world so that animals aren't affected by our trash. Thank you so much, though, Anthony, and thank you, Darwin. It was good to see you both.
Good to see Darwin. Say give us a round of applause, huh? All of your friends by cleaning our world. Right, everybody? Give us a give us a yes. Yeah! Give me a wee. And how about a do? Yeah! Now put it on again, baby. Yes! We did!
That's fabulous. Your enthusiasm is absolutely terrific. Because if we work together, we can make a difference. So, here's something easy that we can all do at home. Why not have a clean up the beach day with your friends and family and get outside and help to clean up your local area? I have a couple things to show you guys that you might find in your own backyard, which isn't good for our wildlife. Look here. Alright. Here we've got an ordinary plastic bag. Looks like a plastic bag, pretty normal. But imagine if this plastic bag was floating through the ocean, just like this. If you're a sea turtle, you wouldn't know that this plastic bag wasn't a jellyfish. So the sea turtle will come along, eat the plastic bag, and then get super sick. So if you see these, be sure to pick them up and toss them in the trash. And how about this? This is kind of weird. These hold bottles and cans and things like that. If this was floating through the ocean, an animal could get its head stuck in those holes and then be really, really unwell. So if you see these, be sure to cut them up and put them in the trash. Isn't that right, you guys?
Yeah. Wait, what's styrofoam?
Oh, look at that, a styrofoam cup. This actually can't be recycled. So if an animal ate this, they would get super sick as well. So we have to make sure to put these in the trash and help our animals. But you know what, Rico? I have a friend that I would love for you all to meet. She's super gorgeous and she knows exactly how to recycle. What do you think? Should we bring her out?
What do you guys think, yeah?
Yeah! Let's bring her on out here to show us how to recycle. Are you going to come out, sweetheart? Let's see. She can sometimes be a little shy because there's a lot of pressure to recycle in front of everyone here. Is she going to come out? We have our super incredible recycle bin that we'll be using today. Oh, here she comes. Come on, sweetheart. Hello. How are you, beautiful? This is our gorgeous hornbill, and she's going to show you how to recycle those empty bottles. That's so beautiful. You did such a good job. Thank you for teaching us. Oh, I think we're going to get down and show you. Have a look. Give her another round of applause, everybody. Look at that. She's going to show everyone here. You need to pick up the plastic bottles and then put them in the Exactly. We can all help out. Just like our unicorn, but she doesn't want to tell her. She's like, I want to tell everyone how to recycle.
I don't think so.
You're amazing. We love you.
Oh, no.
Yes, you are amazing. And we know that you can recycle so well. And we promise to put all
Yeah, I think so. Come on.
We just love you. Thank you.
I don't know.
Hey, you can stay out here. You're stealing the show. You're an amazing game changer for nature.
You don't think so.
Oh my goodness, you are beautiful. But you know what? Oh look, we're going to do one more time. Do you think you could take that out the back and recycle it back there?
guys can do, like right in their own backyards to make a difference?
For sure, there's so much that you guys can do. How about we check out this webisode that I created for all of you to see to just understand how you can create a beautiful backyard habitat. What do you think? You guys want to see it? Today, you know, no matter where you live, you're always surrounded by so many incredible animal species. I'm in love with the idea of creating a backyard habitat. You are literally calling in some of these beautiful animals right into your backyard so that you can experience them firsthand. How about a butterfly bush? I love butterflies. You could plant big trees, so you've got squirrels in your trees running around. If you're creating your backyard habitat, you're going to need some tools of the trade. So we've got this large shovel, and then this smaller shovel that's very cute. Oh, and this is my favorite tool. I have no idea what this is called, but it comes with a selected back scratcher. But this would also be helpful. We've talked a lot about backyard habitat, but I've got a story for you that is living proof that it works. If you've never seen one before, this is the sandhill crane. Can you imagine attracting one of these gorgeous birds to your own backyard? Well, it might be easier than you think.
Oh, that's incredible. Hey, I wonder if I could get a kookaburra and sandhill crane to hang out in my backyard, huh?
Well, it all depends on where you live. Have a look at this map to see just where sandhill cranes are found. So, let's say if you lived in the middle of New York City, you might not be able to have a sandhill crane land in your apartment.
Good point.
However, you could create a beautiful backyard habitat along your balcony by planting flowers to attract native birds and butterflies.
So everyone's backyard habitat might be a little different.
Precisely. Actually, I have 2 hints for everyone here today to take home with you to help you create a beautiful backyard habitat. My first hint goes to all of the kids out there. Kids, if you want to create a backyard habitat, it's easy. Just research native plant species and animal species around your local area. And then my second tip goes to all of the parents. Parents, why not get outside with your kids and help them to create a beautiful backyard habitat? It'll help you to connect with nature and have a great time as a family. And if you do that, you guys will certainly be a
Game changer. Alright, with Zoe, speaking of backyard habitats, you guys want to help Bindi introduce one of her favorite backyard habitat animals?
Yeah?
Yeah? Then when Bindi cues you, I want you to shout right into the camera, okay? But we need everybody's help.
Okay, guys, here we go. Alright, so when I say, alright everybody, please welcome, I want you to say the animal's name. The animal's name is Merlin. Let's try this. Alright everybody, please welcome It's so good to see you. This is beautiful Robin and gorgeous Merlin. Merlin, how are you doing? Merlin here is so special to me because he is a laughing kookaburra. Laughing kookaburras are found in my own backyard in Australia. And these guys are known for getting up super early at about 4 a.m. when the sun comes up. And they make a really distinct call. Robin, could I please try making a kookaburra call? Go for it. Do you mind?
Okay.
Alright, are you ready everybody? I'm going to try this kookaburra call to give you a demonstration. Here we go. That was so terrible. Merlin, do you think you could do a better job than I can?
Yes, let's try. Ready?
Alright, come over here.
Over here in the center. Okay, so everybody can see.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Ready,
Ready?
Merlin? I'm very proud of you, but you guys can see how when these guys wake up at 4 a.m. in Australia, everyone else wakes up at 4 a.m. in Australia. Why do you love laughing kookaburras so much?
They are funny, but they're amazing hunters. As you and I have spoken, these birds actually can take out venomous snakes. And the way that they do that is they fly, they grab them by the back of the neck. While they're flying, they drop them to the ground. Now, most of the time, that kills them. But sometimes what they'll do is they'll grab them, take them up to where they're perching, and then they start beating and smashing them on the tree, stun them, and then swallow it whole. Merlin, that is something else. Rico, would you like to come and meet Merlin?
Yeah.
As long as you're not a venomous snake, you'll be fine. Isn't he beautiful? They're so special.
So how are you going to know the boy?
Oh, good question. Most of the time, males are much more colorful. But if you look very closely, males and females are similar except for one thing. Look at the wings. What color do you see there?
It's not blue.
It is blue. Boys indicate the blue color on their wings, but girls don't have pink. That's okay. You're so beautiful, madam.
But you know, we can all create a beautiful backyard habitat for animals just like Merlin. If you don't live in Australia and have kookaburras in your own backyard, you can see what local birds you have in your area and then create a gorgeous backyard habitat to suit them. Thank you so much, Robin, and thank you, Merlin. Good to see you both.
Let's give it a round, everybody! So is there anything else, Bindi? What else can these guys do to start making a difference?
Oh, there's so much more that you guys can all do to help out. Why don't we have a look at the final webisode to see how you guys can make a difference with our ever-changing climate?
Yeah.
Let's check it out, come on! So everyone tells me about reducing my carbon footprint. What does that even mean? I can change my footprint. Look! What does reducing your footprint really even mean? Well, the less energy you use, the less impact you're going to have on our climate. I have a fact for you. Did you know that 58% of the energy produced in the United States is wasted? I believe in kid empowerment. We live in such an incredible day where today, as kids, we can stand up for what we believe in and what we know is right. It's time to hear some energy of confession. Maybe leaving lights on that I shouldn't. I take really long showers. That can happen, because you start washing your hair, you start singing in the shower, and then all of a sudden you've been in there for 20 minutes. That's a good one. We can all do a better job at saving energy. In a minute, we'll toss around a few simple ideas. But first, wouldn't it be great to see what you're helping to protect? Of all the animals that thrive in frozen climates, nothing rivals the polar bear for size and power. Oh my goodness! We have one. Oh, they're so beautiful. Can you believe how big a polar bear is? You look at a polar bear and you think that they're really squeezable and huggable. It's a bear. Why don't I just go hug it? You wouldn't want to hug a polar bear because they're just giant. But as massive and powerful as these animals are, they're still vulnerable to global climate change. In some places, the ice is literally disappearing beneath their feet. But isn't it good to know there are things we can do to turn things around?
Wow. I didn't realize I was an energy hog. Did you guys? Well, that has such a huge impact on polar bears so far away. You know, I guess most of us hog energy in some way, but if it's an energy crisis, the polar bear can't be the only animal affected, right?
There are so many other animals affected by this issue. Let's meet another one of my friends so that we can talk all about this issue.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's a great idea.
All right, Anthony, can you come back out here? Oh, let's see. Oh, g'day! How are you? This is Anthony and our beautiful Bennett Wallaby. Hi, guys. Anthony, who is this?
This is Boomer.
Oh, Boomer, it's so good to see you. Bennett's wallabies are so cute and hilarious because they have even more energy than my little brother Robert. And Robert is 11, so he bounces all around the place. Anthony, wallabies are gorgeous animals, but how can they jump so high?
Well, the first thing we all know is these massive legs they have in the back, of course, with solid muscle. But this tail right here plays a huge role. That is a rudder, like a plane, so they can turn left to right on the dime, and they can also balance back on that to make them jump almost 6 feet up in the air.
That's amazing. And Boomer, do you want to say hello to everybody?
It's like, where's the camera? There it is.
Boomer, you're absolutely adorable. How old is Boomer now?
Well, before we say how old Boomer is, I'm going to tell you all this is the most spoiled wallaby in the world. Why? Because normally at around 6 months old, these guys are out of the pouch and off to college, and mom says, okay, see you later.
Yeah.
This guy, as soon as he sees this pouch, jumps in and turns into a big baby again. He's 4 years old. He's only 50 pounds. You can only do this for so long.
That's okay. You have a good dad. So that works. But the Bennett wallabies are really special because they are found in Australia. And I've seen them in the middle of while it's snowing outside. They're always hungry. But Anthony, where else can these guys be found?
You can also find them in really hot conditions, almost in the desert. What they do is they hide out in the shrubbery on a hot day, and they do something pretty interesting, and all you Floridians can try this next time you're really hot. They just start licking their arms. Yeah, if you do it, you might lose a few friends, and people will make fun of you, but it works for the whole
Anthony, so good! Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing that, but it works for you. Rico, would you like to come say hi to Boomer? Oh, he's so sweet. But you know, wallabies are having a challenging time in Australia. In certain parts of Australia, we're going through extreme drought conditions because of our ever-changing climate. And this is really scary for the wallabies. Imagine being a wallaby trying to find water in places where it just won't rain because of all of this drought. So, we all need to work together to try and help protect animals just like the wallaby. Thank you so much, Anthony, and thank you, Boomer.
Bye, Boomer.
Bye, guys. But you know, this is an issue certainly not to be taken lightly. We all need to work together, kids and families, to help make a difference.
But how?
Well, it's all about reducing your carbon footprint.
Yeah, but I didn't step in anything, so...
Not quite that kind of footprint. Okay, I have 3 clues for everyone here today to help you reduce your carbon footprint. My first clue goes out to all the kids. Kids, we all like watching television and playing video games, but when you're all finished, be sure to turn the video game player and television off so that you're helping reduce energy. I also have another clue for everyone here in the room. We all like taking long showers. I mean, you get in the shower, you start washing your hair, you start singing, then all of a sudden you've been in there for 20 minutes. You should try taking a shorter shower. By cutting down on the shower time, you're helping to save water and also energy. And then my third clue goes to all of the parents out there. If you have air conditioning at home, tweak the temperature by just a couple degrees so you're saving energy and also a couple dollars out of your wallet. And if you do that, you will certainly be
a game changer! Well, make some noise, game changers! So, I can turn off the TV when I leave the room. I can make a backyard habitat for an animal like the kookaburra. And I can pick up at the park, pick up trash at the park or at the beach. And you know what? You guys can too!
Exactly. You know, I have some pictures from real-life game changers who have sent them in to GenerationNature.com to show what they have been up to helping our world. You can see that these guys have been busy building birdhouses, getting back into nature, planting trees in their backyards, enjoying the time spent outside, cleaning up the beach, and just having fun together as a family. And what's great about that is that they've shared these stories with all of Generation Nature.
Yep, they all submitted their stories in the Bindi about how they became game changers for nature.
Exactly. And then from there, they're inspiring people around the world to make a difference in their own backyard.
And if you guys want to start inspiring people, guess what? You don't have to wait until you get home. We've got spots all over the park marked with our Generation Nature logo. They're in places where you can stop and do something to start making a difference and have your parents post a picture of you. There are action ideas and hashtags and everything at these spots. And all you need are one of their cards. They give you the scoop on everything, and everybody gets one.
That's awesome. But you know what, Rico? I think that that's enough from us. I would like to call on everyone here to be upstanding to help us make a pledge for nature. So come on, everybody, get up on your feet.
Come on,
that's it. Good job. Even everyone up the back, stand up with us. Well done. Okay, you ready, Rico?
I'm ready.
Our pledge goes a little something like this.
I'm a game changer. Come on, everybody, folks, ready? I'm cards, you can see how to use your smartphone to submit your photos. We also have our Facebook page information and the link to where you can find the rest of Bindi's webisodes at generationnature.com.
Hey.
If you want to stick around after the show, I'm going to